Okay, so we will watch the video and what can be done once fertile land becomes an arid and barren desert. So there's always hope. Arid, it's very, very dry, barren, no life. And here are the words we can look up and let's go to our next slide. So we have pictures here. Let me just get a pen so we can connect the words with the right picture. So deciduous. It's a tree which loses its leaves, so that it's a deciduous forest or trees. And the spruce is a kind of a Christmas tree, smrk, I think, in Czech. Barren land. This is barren, and this is pine tree, also a Christmas tree. And coniferous. Well, these are both coniferous. And a forest, coniferous forest, would be this one here, where it's evergreen. Okay, so here we have a very complex picture of a plant. And you thought plants were simple. Okay, well, we have apical, bud, node, internode. These are botanical terms, a shoot system, root system. So if you want to look into it, if you're interested in it, you can learn these words. But I think I'll just move on. There's a reproductive part of the flower with the stamens and carpels. Okay, well, we'll move on. Well, tree, maybe that's a bit more useful in English. So these are parts of the tree. Put in order of size. So the first one would be the trunk is the base of the tree. The bough is the big kind of wooden parts branching out from the trunk. Then we have the branches, many branches, and then the smaller part are the twigs coming out of the branches, very small, and then the buds which come out of the twigs, buds where the leaves come out of. Okay, so part of the tree, the crown, is this, the outer part. The bark is the skin, the hard skin of the tree. The stump is when you chop the tree and then you're left with this shape, the stump. Roots underground, and the resin is the sweet smelling kind of substance when the tree is damaged. Okay, so let's go to the next slide and think about grammar. So the government should have considered planting more trees a long time ago. So should have considered. So the government should, so attention, there's a phrase here, pay attention to. So you have to know that. So the government should pay more attention to planting more trees, maybe. So, but should have, so it's in the past modal here. So we should say the government should have paid more attention to. Okay, complicated sentence. There's a chance that you might find some interesting wildlife, so take a camera with you. Okay, you should take a camera with you in, so there's a phrase, in case, so just in case, so in case. So phrasal verb here, to notice, is come across. So happen to is a phrase that acts by chance. So the whole one would be something like, in case you happen to come across some interesting wildlife. I'll show the answers in a minute, so you can pause the video and just look at it. So it was a waste of time attending the protest march as the council had already made its decision. Part, so to take part in would be the phrase you don't need to know. We needn't have, okay, so past modal here, we needn't have taken part in the protest, because we did, yeah, so that's why we have the have there. And number 4, the coral is going to die if we don't take immediate steps to protect it from pollution. We must take immediate steps to protect the coral, otherwise it will be passive, past, will be, and we say killed off by pollution. Okay, let's just have a look. So have paid attention to, in case you happen to come across, have taken part in, otherwise it will be killed off. So have a look at those, and I'll move on. Okay, deforestation, you can pause the video, look at the options here, and we'll discuss that. Plants and trees, so test your vocabulary. So what do they have in common? Budding, germinating, blossoming, flourishing, sprouting. Well, they all talk about growth. It's a positive word describing how the plant or tree is doing well. Withering, wilting, shriveling, and shedding. So these are all the opposite. They're actually how the plant is doing badly. This is shedding leaves, so the leaves fall from the tree. And watering, fertilizing, manuring, pruning. So these are all things you do to help the plant grow. Manure, hnojevo, pruning is when you cut it, the twigs, parts of the plant to make it grow more in the future. Reaping, sowing, harvesting, these are all about farming. To reap, to get the harvest in. To sow is to plant it. And harvesting is the process of taking in the finished goods or plants. And tilling, digging, ploughing, weeding, it's all work on the soil. So tilling is making the soil nice, fine. Digging, making holes. Ploughing is to prepare the soil for sowing things. And weeding is taking the weeds out, the bad plants you don't want. Okay, so questions like we use also not in just about plants and trees, but in about general life. You can say, what would you like to shed in your life? So what would you like to lose? So shed maybe stress. Okay, if you have too many things, too much clutter, shed some clutter. When did you last feel that you were wilting? So wilting when you were feeling like you were dying, not literally, but you're feeling poorly. Could be, when we're isolated, we couldn't go out, so we were wilting. What is flourishing in your life at the moment? So flourishing was doing well. So you could be doing great in a subject or in sports or something. Have you ever reaped the rewards of something you did? So to get the rewards, to reap the positive things. So it could be like you've worked hard for something and then you got successful. You got a good grade or you learned something valuable. Okay, so that's it. Plants and trees. Goodbye for now.